Hello, welcome to Chris's Beer Reviews. As usual, hope you're all doing really well. So here I am today, it's Monday today, and we're at Lord's Brewing, as you can see, with their van, and standing right next to me is the man himself. There he is.
Drinking a monster.
Drinking a monster.
We had a late night last night.
We did have a late night. We've had a couple of late nights.
It's been lovely.
Yeah, we just forget the time, don't you? When you're having a good time, you just forget what the time is. So anyway, this video is just a tour, really, of Lord's Brewing, and I'm sure you've all seen John's Brewery on his channel anyway, and I'm sure Paul's done it and Tom's covered it and everybody else has, so that's my turn to cover Lord's Brewing. So yeah, big thanks to John for having us up here.
My pleasure.
It's been a pleasure. We've had a great time, haven't we?
It's been good fun. Yeah, we've had a very different kind of time to what, because we were doing family stuff as well.
We were.
You guys just came along and it was just, it was really nice.
It was. Yeah, it was nice. We've literally just been part of John's family for the weekend.
Yeah, it's been lovely.
Yeah, we have. We went to a Christmas market yesterday, which was very nice.
The kids were a bit upset that you're going home today.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
The kids are lovely. Yeah, it was a good time, and it's just been family time, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been
what it's been, just family time.
Lovely. There's a lot of rubbish in the field today.
There is a bit. Needs to get litter picking.
Yeah.
But there's the view.
Out today, I think.
It's a lovely view, and I know it's a bit foggy and a bit misty, but that is still a fantastic view.
I once tried to go down that field after a party.
Well, down there?
Yeah.
And that's steep.
Yeah, well, what you don't realise is where you can't see
is how much that drops. Yeah, so if I point my finger just to the end of where my finger is, the end of the field, you can just tell that just dropped.
Yeah.
That's got to drop off. So yeah, going down there.
It was summer. I thought I'd give it a shot.
Why not?
And yeah, bit of a fail. Ended up getting caught upside down on a barbed wire fence at the bottom.
Brilliant. But I can imagine when it's covered in snow, it probably looks absolutely even better up here.
Oh, it's beautiful.
So if we wander down here...
It's not far off snowing now.
No, it's not. It is absolutely freezing. My right hand holding this tripod is freezing. But as we wander down, so this is quite new, isn't it, this path? You've extended the path and put that fence up, haven't you?
Yeah, and the mill itself had to have the roof on the very, very top. The headstones were sliding. So this part of the building used to be attached to the other part of the mill, and they split it up, and the wind blows this direction down the valley, and the top floor started to lean.
Wow.
And it's all been braced up there now, it's perfectly safe, but the headstones were sliding off, so they had to repair it and reconcrete it all. So this has all been scaffed all the way along.
Wow. And
then whilst they did it, they said, well, we'll widen the path. So it's all been done. So it's lovely now. Apart from they got cement all over this sign.
Oh. It feels like a bit of rain as well coming down now.
Yeah, good timing to get in.
So let's get in. And the toilets I love. I think the toilets are fantastic. A little homage to Tom the Crummy Bread Man. And there's another one for the legend that is Paul's Beer Reviews. He's an absolutely top guy, as is Tom. But I'm going to go in the toilets. Just look at those urinals. That's how urinals should look in a brewery, shouldn't they? Little old barrels.
You didn't show them the signs.
Are you okay with showing the signs? You sure?
It's just me being childish.
I love the childish signs in here, but I wasn't sure whether to show them or not. Pee here to help make Fosters. Same for Brewdog. But this is my favourite because Carlin is just pee, isn't it? Carlin is dreadful. So yeah, glad we could show those. I wasn't going to, but John said it's all right. So.
It's pretty fun. It's not meant to be.
Actually feels warm in here now after being outside.
Yeah, it's so cold out there.
So here's the wife. Rachel's sitting there underneath the heater. So yeah. Let's go in this room. That's the nearest room to us.
This will still be warmer than out.
Yeah. So here's the cool room. This is an amazing room.
It's actually warmer in here.
It does feel warmer in there.
Yeah, it's warmer in here than it is. So this is temperature controlled in here. We've got lots of keg stuff. There's Weiss beer, the Nipah, the lager, everything's there. And these are all the casks. This is actually very low stock for us.
There's still a lot in here. For low stock, there's a lot in here.
Yeah, we cut it right back, so towards the end of the year, because you know January and February is going to be really, really slow. There's no point in having loads and loads of stock in.
Right.
So basically, we kind of run it down as best as we can without running out for the pubs.
Yeah.
And then basically in the but in the new year, gives us a chance to rebrew stuff.
Fantastic.
We've got lots of hops.
Yeah, there are lots of hops. We had a chat about these a couple of days ago. Lots and lots of hops.
Yeah.
All the mini kegs as well. Look at them all. Loads. Lots of, what one's that? That's Fish Counter, which is a great name.
Elusive Hedgehog.
Deltic, Elusive Hedgehog. The Sleeper Lager, which is fantastic. I had that the other day. Absolutely, really, really glorious lager, that. And the Vice Beer, I reviewed that today, so I'll pop that video up today as well. Reviewed that straight off the tap. That was very nice. And 8 is Blonde. We need to talk about 8 is Blonde.
8 is Blonde?
I thought you didn't have any. I thought on your website it said coming soon or something. Because I was going to order some a few weeks back, wasn't I? And I messaged you about it.
Out, yeah. So we make that in. So how we do the mini kegs is people think that we put the beer straight into the keg.
Yeah.
But I'll show you the filler actually in a minute. But basically, it comes from one of these containers.
Right, cool. That's the cool room. Rachel's on the phone. Standard.
To our son.
She's talking to our son. Is our son all right?
Yeah, he's been very good.
Good. That's
our older logo.
Yeah, I gathered that was an older one.
Yeah, it's a bit messy in here at the moment, so
that's right.
It's in working mode.
It's a working brewery, isn't it?
Yeah.
So there's the bar, the tap room, which is fantastic. I love it because it's just rustic. The bar's made from pallets and scaffolding boards, and I just think it's fantastic. And the bar in my pub shed is made of pallets as well. So yeah, I just think it's a great looking tap room.
It's very authentic.
It is authentic, and that's what I like. And I love the floor. The floor in here, I think, is fantastic.
Nice, yeah.
Really, it's almost. I suppose it's historic. The floor, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's been here a long time.
Yeah, people will have walked on this.
So,
it's over 100 years old.
That's right. Lots of new kegs. These weren't here the other day. They got delivered today. Did you say?
Yeah, they came in today from Close Brothers. So we rent all these, and it's easier for us to deliver and send out and not have to, if it goes to a wholesaler in Lincoln like Small Beers, they'll deal with getting the cars back to ECAS.
Yeah.
So
can we put your staff in shot?
Yeah, Steve and Mike.
So we've got Steve and Mike sitting there working away. Hi gents, you alright? You got a camera on you? Mike doesn't mind the camera. I've seen Mike on camera a few times, but Steve won't look at us. That's fine.
Watch it.
They're busy working away. Yeah. And this is where the magic happens. John gave me a lovely tour of this area and how beer's made a couple of days ago, which was brilliant. Lots of different tanks.
Just out there into the valley.
Lovely forest out the windows, nice valley.
It's a nice, apart from it being deathly cold, which is actually not too bad for the brewery.
It is cold.
It's beautiful to work in because there's so much natural light.
Yeah, there is. Huge windows.
Massive.
Absolutely huge windows.
Yeah, that's one of the original. So those two are still original.
Yeah.
The reason why they had frosted glass is because they didn't like the workers who worked in the mill enjoying the view.
Gazing out the window, daydreaming. Yeah, and that's what I used to do at school. Just daydream out the window all day long.
So the floor's all battered here. So every so often we redo the floor.
Yeah.
This part of the building here is actually there's a void underneath and it flexes, so it constantly cracks the concrete or the screed. So we have to make a conscious effort. Twice a year we'll rescreed it, repaint it, and when you're throwing barrels down onto it, they're heavy, so it just chips up the floor.
Cool. Can we talk about what's new in these? Yeah,
so that one's the stout for Wetherspoons.
Very good.
So that's a spin-off of Head Cleaner.
Yeah.
So we've changed it slightly to make it more price competitive, so that we can sell it to Wetherspoons.
Makes sense.
That one. So this is Disco Made Me Do It. The most expensive beer we have ever made that has been nothing but a pain in the arse through kind of weird mistakes. So like the temperature probe went up the wall and it ran away with itself and got too hot, and then the temperature probe the controller for a wobbly, and then cooled it right down because it thought it was boiling, even though it was down here. 'Cause it can't boil it. There's nothing to boil it. And then me and Chris and Rachel came in and had a few beers on Friday.
Friday, wasn't it?
And I stupidly turned off the heat. There was a little bit of heat to help because it's so cold in here to keep the yeast going. I turned all the heaters on.
Done well there.
Yeah. So.
But I have tasted it. I tasted it the other day on Friday. It was very good, and I'm looking forward to tasting the final product. But it did taste very good.
It's still quite sweet.
It was sweet.
Yeah, it's really sweet.
It was very sweet.
It's currently at 9%.
Wow.
So we checked it today, and we want it at 12. So that sweetness should go down.
Yeah, it was good.
And then it's going to be fermented again in the bottle.
Yeah.
So a lot of love gone into that beer.
Absolutely, that's what it's about, isn't it?
Yeah, well,
You've got to put love into it.
Whenever you do something like that and it's your first thing, there's always a learning curve.
That's right. Yeah.
That's empty. That one's. That's the So that one's got to the moon in.
Yeah.
That one's empty. That's got lager waiting in it.
Yeah.
So I think when we carbonate the beer, we'll swap it from one tank to another.
Yeah.
And then what that does is it helps your clarity.
Sleeper lager.
So rather than put loads and loads of isinglass finings in, we use something called Protoflop, which is seaweed based.
Wow.
That helps all the stuff drop out of it. And then if you transfer from one to another, you're effectively, you kind of get rid of all the gunk that might be at the bottom.
Yeah.
And then it goes into another tank, and then we pressurise it and carbonate it.
Cool.
And then we fill it from there into kegs.
Yeah.
So we've got this kit for some reason it naturally is quite efficient, and you don't get a lot of junk in it. But mainly because we use an underback, so everything goes through a centrifuge before it goes into the kettle anyway. But
cool.
So that's that. Each tank's got a chiller that's temperature controlled. And then over here is the e-keg station. We've got some paint on. But basically, this is the filler.
All right.
So, and we can fill directly from a keg into this.
Yeah.
It's looking pretty dirty at the moment. Whenever you brew, and when you put that grain in the tanks, you get flour everywhere. So like if you look, there's dust on top of everything.
Yeah.
So it's a constant battle to keep up with that dust. So this all, before we do any mini kegging, everything gets washed down, everything gets clean. Yeah. They're the bungs from when you get a brand new mini keg, they're the bungs from the top. This filler is about, I think we paid about £300 for that.
Wow.
So what it does is it purges the mini kegs with CO2 first, and then we put the beer under pressure from kegs directly into the mini keg. And then that way you're not getting any oxidisation at all. So we've never suffered with oxidised beer in our mini kegs. Good. I know some breweries do it slightly differently. The other thing we do, so when we do the cask, we'll use that and we'll blast CO2 into every mini keg and then fill it from the cask. But the thing is, as you noticed with the mini keg that we had a sleeper, that was a bit cloudy, wasn't it?
It was cloudy.
So it depends on what part of the keg, or because we don't filter the lager, it's completely unfiltered. So it depends on when we moved it, how we moved it, and like that mini keg, if you left that to settle in your fridge and then opened it, it would be fine. But because, like, obviously we jiggled it around the van, and we just opened it, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
So there's a bit of cloud on there.
It was cloudy.
But it tastes fine.
But it did taste good. Yeah, it was really good. So this is my first ever time that I've been in a brewery. Some might find that a bit odd for someone that reviews beers, but it is my first time, and it's been a very good experience. Just
a bit more authentic than that, doesn't it?
Little table of hops, look at that. There's even a bit of stick in there, a bit of twig.
Yeah.
But proper hops.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, They do like to throw the sticks and bits and bobs in,
Yeah.
and bits of clods of earth sometimes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we have to get that out.
Yeah.
In fact, if we'll weigh the dirt. If there's a big lump,
Yeah.
we weigh it and tell them.
Well, that's right,
Obviously,
yeah.
they're not heavy,
No.
so we don't. T90s, you don't get that with.
Yeah.
But
at
all
that.
what's a little hop cone there?
Little hops.
I don't even know what that is. I wish I could go like this and go.
Sniff it and say what it is.
yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
But give it a squeeze and smell it.
Yeah. They
Like,
are
rub
good.
it on your finger. Like, properly squeeze it, you can feel the oil come out onto your hand.
Yeah, you can feel it.
Yeah,
It's definitely got a.
I think that's mosaic.
feel to it. Now it's all over my hands.
Yeah, smell your hands now.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, there you go.
That is immense.
If you taste it,
Cool.
it's bitter as hell.
So yeah, this is also the first time I've been in a brewery. It's the first time that I've ever had beer straight out of these, and I tried a number of these, didn't I, on Friday?
You did?
Straight off the tank.
That one wasn't even. That had been made on Friday, and you actually tried it, so you were effectively trying words.
Yeah. Yeah, I struggled to describe it, didn't I? It was like, I can't describe it. I think it was probably because it was so fresh. Cool, that does taste hoppy on your mouth as well, doesn't it? Cool, but yeah, the smell on your fingers, I get it. Now, when I smell aromas in beers, it is that.
Yeah.
Absolutely is that.
Yeah,
That's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. So there we go. That is a tour of Lord's Brewery in the company of John.
When it's a mess.
Oh, he keeps going on about it's a mess. It's a working brewery.
Yeah.
These things happen, don't they? Have a final shot at the bar. And Rachel's back of Rachel's head. She's still on the phone. That looks like a mirror, but you use that for live streaming, don't you? It's actually
it's TV.
a TV screen, which is superb.
And that's made in the mill. There's a company just above us called TVs in Disguise, and they make all these. Even in the toilets, the mirrors have screens in.
Oh wow!
And the gin we have here is made in the corner unit that we walk past on the path.
Excellent.
So it doesn't get much more local than that.
Superb. So there you go. That is the tour of Lord's Brewing. There's John again, one more. And there's the wife, she's grinning. So thank you very much all for watching. Thanks again to John for giving me the tour around. It's been fantastic. I'll see you all soon. Bye now.